Okay, let's check over the homework together. Remember, you can download this worksheet from our website, classicalcontextonline. You just click on courses, then all the worksheets should be there. Unless it's 10 years from now and this video is still running and I've switched the website, that would be sad. Okay, question 1. Write a major triad above the given root in the first bar, then write its inversions in the next 2 bars. Label the position /inversion below. Some teachers will call inverting triads inversions, and then some teachers might call them different positions, so I've done both. Okay, and this is the labels we're going to use. So when we write triads in root positions, we're going to write root position, and then when we write triads in first inversion, we write first inversion, and then when we write triads in second inversion, we put second inversion. Okay, so write a major triad above the root. Here's the root, it's given to you. Build a snowman. The root happens to be F. Is this an F major triad? Let's check. F to A is a major third. That's correct. And then F to C is a perfect fifth. That's an F major triad. Okay, good. So now we're going to write this in first inversion. We are going to keep the third and the fifth the same, and the root is going to leapfrog up an octave to the high F. So the third stays the same. The C, pull it over, stays the same. But this F is going to climb all the way up to that octave F up here, and now we have an F major triad in first inversion. Second inversion, these 2 notes are going to stay the same, and the bottom one, which happens to be A, is going to leapfrog up here, even higher than that F. So we'll write the C stays on the same line, this F stays on the same line, and this A is going to leapfrog all the way up. We need a ledger line, and there's our A. And that is an F major triad in second inversion. F is still the root. F is still the root, and F is the root. Alright, over here we have a D. We're going to build a D major triad. Let's just start by writing a snowman. And now this happens to be a D minor triad, because that's a minor third. To make it a major third, we need to add F sharp. There we go, that's a D major triad. And on this blank space down here, we will write root position. Root, pos, dot. Okay, now we're going to write first inversion and second inversion. So these 2 notes are going to stay the same, and the root is going to leapfrog up. That F sharp stays over here. Take the extra effort and actually write an F sharp, and then we have an A, same place, and the D goes up, leapfrog, hooray, write first inversion. We know it's first inversion because the third is on the bottom. Now we need to write a second inversion, D major chord over in this blank space. The F sharp is going to leapfrog up, and the fifth is going to be on the bottom. That's how we know it's second inversion. So the A stays on the bottom, that's the fifth of the chord. The D, the root, is now in the middle, and this F sharp will leapfrog all the way up. There's a D major chord, D is the root, and it is in second inversion because A, the fifth, is on the bottom. Okay, down here we have a B flat root. We need to write a B flat major triad in root position. Snowman. Check, is it a B flat major triad? B flat to D is a major third, B flat to F is a perfect fifth. Hooray, correct. Write root, pos, dot. Alright, now we need a B flat major triad in first inversion. These 2 notes are going to stay the same, and the B flat, the root, is going to leapfrog up an octave. So the D can stay in the same place, the F goes up, and now this B flat zooms 1 octave up, and this is now in first inversion. We know that because D is the third of the triad and D is on the bottom. Okay, one more. Second inversion, B flat major triad. Here, these top 2 notes are going to stay the same, and the bottom is going to leapfrog up. So we have F is the fifth, it's now on the bottom. Then B flat is the root, it's now in the middle. And this D goes up an octave Now that is a B flat major triad in second inversion. And the last one for this question is an E major triad. E is the root, and we're building a major triad on top. Snowman. This happens to be an E minor triad right now. I know that because E to G is a minor third, we need to make that middle interval a major third. E to G sharp is a major third. E to B is a perfect fifth. That's a major triad. It's in root position because it's stacked in thirds. Okay, now we're going to write this E major triad over here in first inversion. The G sharp has to be the lowest note. G sharp stays there. B comes over. And then this E is going to leapfrog up an octave to there. Hooray. First inversion. I'm having trouble writing the word first. It's hard to talk and write at the same time. And now we need E major triad in second inversion. So the G sharp is going to leapfrog up, and in this case B, the fifth, is going to be the bottom note. So B stays on the same line, now it's the bottom note. The root is E, and then that G sharp comes all the way up here. Now that is an E major triad in second inversion. And those are the right answers. Good. Alright, question 2 says write a minor triad above the given root in the first bar. Then write its inversions in the next 2 bars. Label the position / inversion below. So we're going to do the same thing, except we're writing minor triads. And notice we're in the bass clef. So don't get that confused. This is not an E, it's a G. Alright, G minor triad. We need to write G minor triad in root position, snowman first. Then we check this is a G major triad because G to B is a major third. Let's lower that by 1. Now it's a G minor triad, and it is in root position, root, pos for short. Now we need a G minor triad in first inversion. First inversion means the third of the triad has to be the lowest note, so B flat is going to be the lowest note, and then above that B flat is D, and we're going to leapfrog the G all the way up here. Good for us. G minor triad in second inversion. In second inversion, the fifth is the lowest note, so D has to be the lowest note. We'll bring that D over here. D. And G is the root. Now the G is in the middle of the triad, and B flat is up here. Leapfrog up an octave. Good. Alright, now we have the note C. C minor triad. Start by building a snowman. This is C major. Let's add the E flat to make it a C minor triad. And this is in root position because it's stacked neatly in thirds. Okay, now we need first inversion over here and second inversion over here. In first inversion, the third is the lowest note, E flat is the third. Put it there, bring the G over, and the C, the root, is going to leapfrog up high. And over here, second inversion means the fifth of the triad is the lowest note, G is the fifth. Now, I'm going to write a G down here, because this G up here is going to get too high, and I want the examiner to read my music a little easier, so I'm going to put G on the bottom, C on the bottom, and then an E flat. So, it's like I leapfrogged this E flat up, but I just put it down an octave to make it easier to read. So this is correct, but you also could have just done this if that's easier for you. I just didn't want to write 2 ledger lines, but both of these would have been marked correct. Okay, so if you're inverting these and you start to go off the page, you can feel free to go lower. Down here, that is a D. We're going to write a D minor triad. D snowman. DFA happens to be a D minor triad by itself, so that's fine. D to F is a minor third. This is in root position. Root, pos, dot. I guess we'll follow the pattern. First inversion, and this is going to be second inversion. While we're here, root position, root, pos. First second inv. Good. D minor triad, first inversion means the third is going to be on the bottom. The third of a D minor triad is F, so we'll keep F on the bottom. A can come over, and D leapfrogs up an octave. There's a D minor triad in first inversion. Over here, second inversion means that A is on the bottom, the fifth, so A is down there. The D can slide over from here, and then we have F leapfrogs up. That is a D minor triad in second inversion. Now we have the note C sharp. We'll start by making a C sharp minor triad in root position. So we have C sharp, E, and G sharp. That is a C sharp minor triad. I know that because C sharp to E is a minor third. And C sharp to G sharp is a perfect fifth, and that is the correct formula for minor triads. Remember, C to G is obviously a perfect fifth. Cover it with your hands. They both go up by one. Obviously, it's still a perfect fifth. First inversion means E has to be on the bottom because it's the third, so we write E on the bottom. Then the G sharp and the C sharp leapfrogs up, ledger lines. And now we have this problem again. We're getting too high. We can go down or up. I'll just go up. Second inversion means G sharp, the fifth, is on the bottom. There's our G sharp on the bottom. The C sharp can go over here. And the E can leapfrog all the way up high on this ledger line, the E above middle C. And there's a C sharp minor triad in second inversion. Now, question number 3 says, analyze the triads below. Provide the root quality chord symbol. Oops. Cut. Do it again. Now, question number 3 says, analyze the triads below. Provide the root, quality, and the inversion in these blank spaces underneath that I have provided. So this is a little bit more tricky. We have to analyze stuff, and because some of the questions feature triads in inversion, we are going to have to do some rearranging. So let's start with this one. Remember, the steps to analyzing triads are, first you reorganize the triad back into thirds, then you figure out the quality and the root, and then you can write down the position. So here, let's start by figuring out the root. Now I don't need to rearrange this triad because it's already neatly stacked in thirds, and when a triad is neatly stacked in thirds, we know it's in root position already. The root is the bottom note down here. It is an A. The root is A. Now, let's use our interval knowledge to figure out the quality. Is this a perfect fifth? Yes, it is. And this A to C is a minor third. And I know that a minor third and a perfect fifth mean that I'm looking at a minor triad. So you can put quality as minor. And the position, since the root is on the bottom, it is in root position. So we'll write root position. Okay, next one. Now this is a little bit more tricky. First thing we have to do is rearrange the note back in thirds so we can figure out what the root is. So if I was to put this F sharp up here, the triad would look something like this. It would be stacked in thirds and look like a snowman just like this. So when it is stacked in thirds, B is the lowest note. So B is the root. B is the root, D is the third, and F sharp is the fifth. Let's figure out the quality. B to D is a minor third, and B to F sharp is a perfect fifth. That's the formula for a minor triad. The quality is minor. This is a B minor triad, and this is not in root position because B is the root and it's not in the bottom. It's not on the bottom of the chord. F sharp is on the bottom of the chord, and we know by our little diagram over here that F sharp is actually the fifth of the chord. And when the fifth of the chord is on the bottom, we are looking at a second inversion triad. So we can write second down there. Over here, we got to rearrange again. So these two things are in thirds, and I see if I was to put that B flat down here, if I was to put that B flat down there, we would get a nice snowman. So I can rearrange that in my head. I can picture B flat down here, B flat D, F, and in that position it is stacked neatly in thirds, and it is therefore in root position. The root is B flat, because in root position, when it's stacked in thirds, B flat is on the bottom. The root is B flat. Let's look at the quality. If we had a B flat down here, B flat going to D is a major third, and B flat going to F is a perfect fifth. I know that a major third and a perfect fifth is the formula for a major triad, therefore this is a B flat major triad. Maj. And what position is it in? Okay, well, I know if B flat is the root, then D is the third, and F is the fifth. And when I got this homework assignment, the lowest note was D. Before I doodled down here, the lowest note is D. D is the third, and when the third is the lowest note of the triad, we are looking at something in first inversion. You can write first. Phew, this one's obviously in root position, so I don't need to rearrange anything. I know that because it's stacked in thirds already. The bottom note is A flat, the root is A flat. That's nice. What's the quality, major or minor? A flat to C is a major third, and A flat to E flat is a perfect fifth. That's the formula for a major triad. Maj. And what position is it in? Root, since it's in root position since A flat is on the bottom. It's stacked in thirds. And A flat is the root. We got rearranging to do. If I pulled this G up there, we would be looking at C, E, G. That's like a C major triad. Cool. Okay. So if I rearrange this into thirds, the lowest note is C, so we know that C is the root. Let's double check and make sure it's major. C to E is a major third, and C to G is a perfect fifth. That's definitely a major triad. And now G is the fifth of the chord. And when we first saw it, G is on the bottom down here. So when you have a chord and the fifth is on the bottom, you are looking at a triad in second inversion. Okay, over here, let's rearrange it into thirds. This is in thirds, and this is the note falling up, leaving into outer space. If I pulled that back down here, and rearranged it into thirds, we'd get something that looks like this. This is stacked in thirds. F is the lowest note. Let's call F the root. Let's figure out what the quality is. F to A flat is a minor third, and F to C is a perfect fifth. That's the formula for a minor triad, min. And what position is it in? A flat is the bottom note, and when it's in root position, A flat is the third. So when the third is on the bottom, we are looking at something in first inversion. Now over here, lucky us, you can already tell it's in root position. The lowest note is D, D is the root. What's the quality? D to F is a minor third, D to A is a perfect fifth. That's a minor triad, min. And position, since D is the root and it's on the bottom, it's in root position. Root. Bottom line here, now we are looking in the treble clef. We have some rearranging to do. These two notes are in thirds, and the F sharp is far away. Let's pull it down an octave and see if that helps. There. If I pull that F sharp down here, we get something that looks like this. That is stacked in thirds, and F sharp is on the bottom, so F sharp is the root. A is the third, C sharp is the fifth. The quality is major or minor. F sharp to A is a minor third, and F sharp to C is a perfect fifth. That's the formula for a minor triad. And in the original question, A was on the bottom. A is the third, and when you have the third on the bottom, you're looking at a triad in first inversion. First. Hooray, root position. Oh no, it's C sharp. C sharp is the root. Is it C sharp major or C sharp minor? Let's look. C sharp to G sharp is a perfect fifth, and C sharp to E is a minor third, because C sharp to E would be a major third, and this is smaller because the sharp pushes the C up. So that's a C sharp minor triad, and it is in root position. It's in root position because the root is on the bottom. Over here, we have some rearranging to do. If I pull that D up here, Now it's in root position, G, B flat, D. When it's stacked in thirds, the lowest note is G, G is the root. Okay, now let's figure out, is it major or minor? G to B flat is a minor third, and G to D is a perfect fifth, so that's a minor triad. And last one, position. Okay, D was on the bottom. D is the fifth, and when you have the fifth of the chord on the bottom, you're looking at a chord in second inversion. Rearrange this one. Let's pull the A all the way down. Now we're looking at an A chord in root position, so A is the root. Major or minor, A to C sharp is a major third, and A to E is a perfect fifth. So we are looking at A major triad, right? Maj for major. And position, C sharp was on the bottom, and C sharp is the third of the chord. So we're looking at a chord in first inversion. Over here, we have two notes in thirds, and then this outlier here, this is a G. Let's pull that up an octave and see if that makes it look like root position. Yes, it is. Third, third, third. That's a root position triad. The lowest note is C. C is the root. C major or C minor. C to E flat is minor. C to G is a perfect fifth. So it's a minor triad. And what note was originally on the bottom? G. G is the fifth of the chord. And when you have a triad and the fifth of the chord is on the bottom, you're looking at second inversion. And now over here we have an E on the bass. Oops, I almost said the answer, that was close. E on the bass. So it's stacked in thirds, it's clearly in root position. E is the root. E major or E minor. E to G sharp is a major third, E to B is a perfect fifth. E to G sharp, that is a major third, so it's a major triad. And because the root, E is on the bottom, it's in root position. And last one. We have a B flat, a D, and an F. Let's rearrange it into root position. I'll pull that F up an octave. Now if we're looking at it just from here, B flat, D, F. B flat is on the bottom, that would be the root. Is it major or minor? B flat to D is a major third, and B flat to F is a perfect fifth. So that's the formula for a major triad. And since F was on the bottom, F is the fifth of the chord, and when you have a chord with the fifth on the bottom, you're looking at a chord in second inversion. And that's the homework sheets. So remember, on your exam, you probably won't have something that looks like this. You'll probably have a question that looks more like this, and this took some more work. So remember, step one, we rearranged the chords to find the root on the bottom, and sometimes I did that just by doodling, sometimes I literally wrote it out, or sometimes I would just write on the side of my page, just the letters, so I can see. Whatever you do. If you can do it in your head, that's great. If you need to write out the notes somewhere, that's fine. Don't be ashamed. But you must be able to figure out where the root is before you can do any of the other calculations. So make sure if you're looking at triads and inversions, the most important thing is to be able to find the root. So rearrange it, find the root, figure out the quality, and then you can write down the position. All right. Good job.